The stone stands out quite nicely against the netherrack. Where are you? Oh, Lord. I got returned to Cinder the other day, by the way. Yeah, everybody, I want a Wiisdom here. We are back for another episode of Wiisdom Plays Minecraft. And I gotta tell you, my plan was a lot different than what we're gonna wind up doing this episode, because what I plan to do is go over to the farmhouse and just throw down some carrots, potatoes, beetroot, and call it a day. But what happened since the last episode where we built our cactus farm, this is one of those chunk issues, I wasn't really sick, but I lost my voice, and so obviously if I don't have my voice, I can't really record, right? And what I did to pass the time is I played a lot of Minecraft. And I sunk a ton of time into this, not that anyone would be able to tell. Oh, that's a torch, okay. But I went that direction. As you can see here, we are facing north, and I traveled north a long, long way. And if you recall, that's of course where we have the savanna. You can sort of see the acacia trees there. And then we go into the desert. We've got this side of the desert is where we found like the temple, and then we've sort of got the sheepish ravine about right there. And then if we keep trekking sort of along this direction, we got to the desert village temple. It was like a village crossed into a temple, very strange. And we've been quite a ways that way, and kind of like all along the shoreline back over here. There's like swamp and flower forest and just a ton of birch and oak, right? And so that was interesting. But what I did this time, you can see where the chunk area just like totally sheared everything off there. Very weird. I found more villages over that way in such a short amount of time. It was insane. I like started it. It's a long story, but you know, I was just like walking around like you do in Minecraft, basically. And whoops, missed that one. One thing leads to another, you know, and I was just kind of like, I needed to get a bunch of birch wood for like an expansion of the cactus farm. And I did that, and I was like, you know, I've been meaning to make like a pathway over there and all this stuff. And so I kind of started working towards that, and then I had a bunch of stone brick on me. And I thought, hey man, I'm just going to go ahead and, you know, start putting a nice little trail down so I don't get lost when I go over there anymore. I stumble upon a village, and then I like climb up to a hill to get a screenshot, and there's a village over here. And then I see the top of a desert well, and I go, and by the time I get to the desert well, there's a village over here. Now there is an interesting village that's like literally cut in half, and I'm pretty sure that's from the chunk error. So that's kind of strange. Again, that little square corner there, and that part half of the bridge there, that's the chunk error in action. But long story short, man, I have never seen so many villages in such a short amount of time. I'm not quite sure how, I'm not quite sure why, I just know that's how it is. As we trek through here, some things have changed as well. Let me just go to the gate, that'll be a little easier for us. And I did all of this off camera as well. But, you know, I thought, hey, we're getting pretty good rates out of this thing. I finally found the zombie, by the way. It was a baby zombie. He wouldn't despawn because he was holding, I think, cactus. I kind of remember it being rotten flesh, but I think it was cactus. And he was just, like, right in there on top of the hopper. And I finally found him one night. It was, like, driving me crazy. I dug all over this place in an effort to find him, and then we finally did. But as you can see, I've sort of framed out a secondary cactus farm. This is about as far as I got. I've been going that way, kind of seeing where the water's edge would be. We'll check the rates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 and an eighth. And it's roughly the same thing there. So that's pretty cool. And then down here, we've sort of got the same setup. Sort of like a collection, or if I decide I want to build another one, we can do that. The hard part's done, hollowing everything out. This goes up to this area where we were. Obviously, we can trek that way and be inside our base. But at one point, I was like, you know, I got the ladder over there. I should put something over here. And then I started digging down, and I realized, hey, that's stone. It must be above me, and I just kept going, put the grass down. This was the largest vein of coal I've ever seen. Every block that is missing was coal. It was just like probably 3 or 4 veins chunked together. I've had some pretty big ones, but I don't think I've ever had one that big. But then you come down here. So now from this bottom of the storage room, we can actually just get right into the cactus farm. We don't even have to go outside, which is cool. And speaking of that, I should probably hop up here and deposit some of this crud, because I do have a lot of junk on me, and I don't even know where to put it, really. We'll just do this. So we got a ton of netherrack, and there's good reason for that, man, I'll tell you that much. Got a stack and a half of nether quartz as well. Got a bunch of slime balls. It's convenient enough for the dirt. I tell you what, I don't think I'm going to need this birchwood on me at the moment, so we'll throw it over here. Might actually, I don't know. Just assume that we won't need it. How about that? So that's sort of that. I'll probably show you some of the villages. I can't remember where the portal I built is going to take us exactly. But anyway, then down here, I did a ton. Again, I don't even think, this is probably where I invested the majority of the time. I don't think you'll be able to tell. But you'll note I've got grass all the way down through here. Well, almost all the way through here. And I took out a ton more blocks back in here. I took out blocks everywhere. I widened, actually, this entire area in here, going that way and back that way. I've sort of got everything set up. I took out a ton of the ceiling blocks as well. But one of the things I'd wanted to do is go ahead and get a bridge built, and as you can see, we have done that. I think that's one of the reasons I needed oak, isn't it? Yes, I still need the handrails over here. But if you recall from back when we started Project Genesis, I told you I wanted to have like this water canal, right? And so that's what this is. And it's actually, it works pretty dadgum good, I've got to say. So again, untold hours were sunk into this, and you probably can't tell. Obviously, none of this. I took down all the trees, put down all the dirt. When I got back from the nether last time, you can see we've stumbled across a lot of diamonds. I had like a ton of slimes in here. I found it very interesting, which we found them. That's why we dug this out. I think that's my cave up that way, but right in here there was a big one. Here there's a little one. Up in the obsidian area there was a guy bouncing around. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, these were here. Obviously, it stopped right about where those stone bricks are, and I've hollowed all this out up to that height. Headset's falling. It's probably still going to come down, but whatever. And then coming this way, I just randomly decided, because I have this doorway over here, right? Sort of centered. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to mirror that over here. And sure enough, I make like 2 cuts in, and boom, we got another set of diamonds. But what I want to do, I think I've got there's the hoe. I had made that because, long story short, I thought, you know, I'm just going to do that off camera and then showcase everybody. It'll be a quick episode. We'll have like the bottom layer of the cactus. I'll talk about the villages, and we will have the farm done right over there. Well, I made the iron hoe over there. And making sure I still got it. Okay. I went that way, and I couldn't pick out where I wanted to put the crops, right? It was sort of like a gut-wrenching decision that I couldn't bring myself to do. So I was like, screw it, I'll just explore a little bit. And I did. And I crested some hills, went some places we hadn't been before. And next thing I knew, I'm stumbling upon another village. I think a couple of villages, tons of horses. We went through several plains areas. I found a witch hut. All kinds of stuff, but what I'm gonna do, let's take you this direction. Yeah, I should have slept first, I bet. It's probably night. Alright, so I've killed a ton of gas as well, and one time when I came in here and went that direction, it was just like Magma City. So we got a bunch of those guys taken out. But anyway, this is all brand new. All these, oh, that's so scary, those guys being in here. You just don't think of it, you know? Like, all these years I've played, this guy came through. I thought that was kind of cool. But I've got this nice and secure, so a gas. I can't tell you how many times my main portal's been shot out here lately. It's totally blocked on that side. I don't have a clock. I meant to actually build a clock and put it like on an item frame. Let me just, this is the one that I think comes out at a path on the village, which will be bad. Oh, this is terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Please don't kill anyone. Oh, Lord, it's the zombies. I knew this was gonna happen. No. No. Get out of here, clowns. I think we prevented the mass genocide. Nope. Stay away from the librarian. How did he get in there? Oh, their fence is such a stupid position. Okay. We save everyone? May have. Put torches up. Doesn't mean much. Oh, 2 for 1. Cool. So hopefully no one important was killed. Man, there's a ton of mobs here for just us coming in like that. He died. I mean to shoot that. Anyway, let's, I guess, have some mob action here. Good lord, dude. Well, I didn't really hear anyone getting killed, so that's always a plus, right? I always mean to bring paper with me, too. I have so much, and we never do anything with it. Get rid of this guy. It's probably gonna kill him, I don't know. Lots of creepers. You know what? I've been wanting some gunpowder. So yeah, I'll get you to the village eventually now that we've got a little bit of time here. Sweet gunpowder. There's some of my trail markers I tell you about. That's sort of my style, and that points back towards home, right? You can see one on that hill. I'm telling you, there every time I would like come home a slightly different way. I'd like crest that hill instead of this one. Boom, village. It was insane, and I see you creeping. Oh, that was awkward. Alright. I think the mob apocalypse is over. They were kind of all chilling in the shade. Said that, I could have sworn I just saw a guy. Let's see here. Yeah, literally, man, every single hill I would crest, it was like, what? Another village. And, it's really mind-boggling. Like, it's one of those things you wish you look back on and you're like, man, I should have so recorded that. It's, hey, it is what it is, right? I'll try to, I think I built a portal at the village that was cut in half, which I'm talking, I probably found 10 plus villages over here. It was insane. Granted, I think, you know, one of them that was cut in half, I am counting twice, but the first one I found actually had a librarian. It was the first villager I went to, and he had mending. And I blocked him in, and I've not been able to find it again, which is kind of concerning. It's a cartographer. But, let's see here. I put it, wait. Is that him? No, this was someone else I put in there. No, not you. There's a big hole in one of the villages that I had to cover to keep them from falling and dying. Just, he's very concerned about his friends. I pinned in 2 of them somewhere. Let's see, fire aspect. I deemed that worthy of being pinned in. But yeah, so that's the portal, the main one. And I've got another portal that comes out somewhere else. Trying to think which way I would want to take you. Sea curse, look at the sea. I don't remember that guy. I found one guy that was Respiration 2 very far away. So let me get back on my trail here and see if we can find another. And these aren't too far. I mean, you could tell the distance we went in the nether. Even if you multiply that by, this is not very far away from the base at all. So that's pretty cool, not gonna lie. I didn't intend on taking this over this way, but it's just so freaking crazy. I did screenshot a lot of them. Of course, the one that I didn't screenshot was the very first one. Because what I did is I remember I climbed a hill to like put a high marker so I could always be able to find it. And then I think I trekked off after another one, if I'm recalling correctly. Yeah, it's interesting the way I do things sometimes. But I also started a sandstone. That's another reason I think that's actually why I came. I needed sandstone for that cactus. What did I tell you? Just right there, you crest. That's like insanely close. If I do the little corner trick, you can kind of see the village over there. And here's another one. Is this the one that was cut in half? Cannot recall. Oh, and oh well. I'm gonna take you to that. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that just yet. So, anyway, let me see here. What's this guy got? Cartographer, yes. 24 for one. That's actually pretty good. Alright, so there's a tall marker. I only had a limited number of blocks to work with. Yeah. So, efficiency 3. That's actually pretty legit. Is this the one that had the good? There was a giant crater in the middle of one of these. And I think, yeah, I covered this up because it was a hole. But I don't think there were villagers in it. Maybe there is. That's sand. Yeah. I think I put 2 of them in here. Bear with me. Nope, just that guy? Or wait. There's lava? Yeah, is this Mender? It's gotta be Mender. Okay. Fisherman. He was just a casualty. Yes, that's okay. We found it. Let me do that. Alright. So yeah, that's cool. I think this was a dead end, or I ran out of torches. Yeah, it was a dead end, but perfect for monsters to spawn. And this was a pretty perilous trap, actually. So I did find the guy. I'm stoked about that. So he was in this village. I think the one on the other side is the one that was cut in half. If I'm not mistaken. Bad feeling about this stuff. It's just another perfect little spot for zombies to spawn. But yeah, I mean, you saw how close these were. That's just insane. How I never found them, I don't exactly know. There was also a lot of really cool, like, desert tunnels. Yeah, that's one of them. I think when I came out of that one is when I found a village, actually. But it's a weird deal. It's like I would crest a hill, and it's like, oh my gosh, another village. And you're like, no, you just turned yourself around, man. That's you've seen that. And nope, brand new one. So, pretty crazy. I think I found 3 desert wells. I mean, it was some pretty crazy stuff, man. And there's another village in the savannah that I think is even closer to the base. It's just on like the backside of the snow-capped region. So, I mean, I also have a portal somewhere, which that one I didn't train to in the nether just yet. Whoa. But, just rest assured, man, it's some pretty crazy stuff. So, this episode's kind of just going to be taking you on the trail of some of this stuff. Poor rabbits, they're always killing themselves. I don't know why. I will stop here, and I'll head back the old-fashioned way. If I find anything village-related, I'll come back in, and if not, I'll meet you back at the base. And we're back. Didn't exactly stumble across what I thought I might stumble across, if that makes any sense. But this is one of those things I think I've talked about for a little while and haven't really ever showcased, but I thought this was just kind of like a cool scenic overview. You've got this like nice little secluded pond. In fact, it's totally blocked off aside from that connecting point there. You got the waterfall in the distance. You got a birch forest over here. You got the birch forest over there. The mountains in the background. It's pretty sweet. And the other day, when I collected all that birch wood that I just dumped off, I came through here, and I've laid this path down. And this is all just preliminary stuff, kind of, scoping it out. And then this is the one that we're going to have go all the way over, straight to the savannah, kind of to where we've got the Sheepish Ravine, and where we may very well eventually come in and kind of have everything set up to connect on the village trail, if we ever get that elaborate. What I did when I went that direction yesterday, after I was trying to find... took all the seeds with me to make the old school farm, and then I couldn't bring myself. I was like, man, I don't know where to put it, and so I just explored, right? Well, what I stumbled across there was, believe it or not, yes, another village, and it's a pretty cool one. Not necessarily the villagers' units, but what I did is I built a portal, and at the village I had no idea where it would come through, and it came through beautifully. So this is our little trail, which I really need to spend some more time on this direction. But all that netherrack and the nether quartz that I silk touched, it all came from over this way. So if I remember right, I cut down here to cross, right? That's right. The stone stands out quite nicely against the netherrack. Where are you? Oh, Lord. I got returned to Cinder the other day, by the way. So I've killed a ton of gas in addition to... oh, we got a gas tier. But in addition to the magmas, which was very strange to see all that... I hadn't really had many run-ins with magma cubes, and then this one day I came through and there's just a zillion of them. So I killed them all and reaped the rewards, but I got returned to Cinder when I couldn't talk, so if you ever like, man, you should go for that, well, I got it. I took a screenshot and it actually turned out, so that was cool. Several gas tiers though, so that's nice. And right here is our junction, right? And then we trek this way, and we will run along the edge right here. That's kind of dangerous. I should probably address that. But we follow the torches. If I can sprint, sometimes I can. There's the half slabs that we haven't finished yet. And we'll pop up here. You know what? For a rainy day. Alright. So check this out though. I built the portal from that village, right? This goes all the way to Nitwidia. I mean, it is a long ways that way. Probably, I don't know, I'd say maybe like a third of the way there. But look at that. Do you see that portal there? When I built the portal at this new village, it came in right here. And of course I popped out and I was kind of like, this was a big opening. It was kind of ominous. I did that decorative thing. And then I like turned and I was like, hey, that's cobblestone. I was like, hey, that's trail. And then I was like, hey, this worked out oddly perfect. So I'm going to take you in here now and you may have to sleep. Alright, as you can see, lots of horses, right? So I don't want anything bad to happen to the villagers. And we're gonna get some sleep. I don't think you've seen the village yet, but trust me, it's here. Alright, horses. Gotta go defend homeland here. I don't really know what to call this place just yet. But the horses basically like seem to run the town. There's the little pony. He was here last time. They come in, I guess they eat the carrots, I don't really know. None of the villagers, like I said, are like super impressive. I hear zombies. Don't want any of them to die unless it's a nitwit. Don't see anybody. Anyway, tons and tons of villagers. And if I can get to the edge, so many horses too. Like, every time you pop out, there's just more horses, which is insane. And I never bring saddles with me, for reasons I don't understand. But, you can see there, we got a pretty good scenic overview. You got more horses, and more horses. I think this is the town that was near a ravine, too. That was a different village, more horses. Gotta be careful, that's not the ravine. Huh. Maybe that was a second village I found last night. I tell you, I've never found so many villages in such a short amount of time. Was it on the front edge of the town, maybe? What? Well, maybe I am thinking of a different place. So this isn't Ravine Town. Okay, yeah, there was a village I came across, and hopefully we can find it again. And that thing was literally built very, very scarily near a ravine. And I envision many of the villagers have died. Uh, there's nothing they'd done to protect it, right? But got a nice little grotto there. And this is what's cool, though, as I bring you over. See, more and more horses. But check it out. You got a flower forest, and then you're going to have it blocked. When I take you down here, you'll see it more horses, even in the Extreme Hills area. You know, if there's a shepherd over here, it's actually going to be handy to have this on me. Okay. You see that waterfall? Is that not awesome? So this was a subtle little ravine, and then we go into Extreme Hills. We've got like a convergence of 3 biomes I'm interested in here. And what I want to do, though, today is actually take advantage of this super cool looking waterfall. And I want to possibly terraform and for sure take these trees out and just let that be a sight from the village. And then what I plan to do is have that portal be our access to that village, the tons and tons of horses, a flower farm, which I say flower farm because I'm thinking we may go ahead and try to set one up, right, with pistons and everything, so we can just kind of get infinite dye that way. And then we will be pretty close to the Extreme Hills. It'll just be like a super cool, like, scenic setup, I'm thinking. And I'm also wondering if we should maybe just enter... How much coal? Oh, hello, friend. Thinking of you. So, just to get a feel for it, that looks like it may drop down a lot. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, it's Swiss cheese. And I hate this. Oh, a villager. That's not surprising. Okay, can we get to the top one real quick? Which I know it would have connected, but it's just easier to actually enter up high. Oh, that's scary. All that gravel. No! I don't guess I need you. So, we'll roll with that. And I got 29 torches. Oh, snap, son. There's an Enderman, too. Uh-oh. Oof, that's scary. Could use some ender pearls, actually. Is he right there? I think he is. I didn't mean the skeleton. I think I saw, like, the enderman juice. Okay. Hate wasting a steak, but never know when you need a pearl. Oh no. It's not that I said oh no about. It's the presence of a creeper. He didn't drop anything to loot, Alright, creeper. Cool, taking it easy. Lots of skeletons around. Oh, snap, man. That's a deep hole. And we are done with that. So we've got the initial area kind of taken care of. Got a little more mob action for you, for what I plan to do. I guess I found another village. Must be what the problem is. Maybe it was more this way? I don't know. Because I did scale this. I basically turned around from here when I found a... That's a cool, spooky spot. A witch hut. That was sort of like my milestone, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I should probably go back. I came back to this village and built a portal. There's a skeleton right here. Yesterday, he's gone. So yeah, I definitely remember cresting them. Oh, speak of the devil. Shoot himself? What a nut. Oh, snap, that's cool. It's really cool. Now what these cattle are thinking. Let's see if we can see the swamp. Possibly. Yep, you can see it. There's my torch. So that should be the marker I was using. And the witch hut. Whoa. I don't know what I thought I just saw. There you can see the witch hut right there in the corner. We could go see if there's another witch. I think they continually respawn there, right? But yeah, I kind of went through here, and that's the other thing. This is really close to a swamp. So in addition to the horses and the potential flower farm, you can see, pretty sure that's our village. I say that, there's been so many villages I've run into here recently. We got snow, we got extreme hills, we've got witch huts, we've got swampland. This is a pretty legit place for another portal, to say the least. Yesterday I raided the witch hut. I didn't take anything, I just went in it. And couldn't find her, and then when I came back from venturing to that side of the swamp, she was up on top of this hill, so it's like the cattle are enjoying it. But yeah, pretty expansive swamp as well. Looks like it's gonna rain, maybe. Lots of sugar cane, should we need that. And this is the same way I went in from last time. It's actually the only way in because it's kind of buried, but put the torch there, got our little cauldron, and I assume she's around here somewhere. Someone else is taking over or is on their way to claim Matilda's spot. I don't know what's going on in which village. But, let's see. Wonder where that other village was, though. I don't know. Because I swear it was... I thought it was in line with that. Sounds like an interesting cave. But it was pretty cool because it was on the ravine. I thought it was this one, and I guess I was mistaken. But maybe we'll make some little paths or trails over here as well. I don't know how long I've rambled on and made you just look at things I've already seen, but we'll figure something out. It'll turn out pretty neat. And dirt in the sky. Lots of cattle too. It's a perk. Yeah, that looks to be my village. Wait, is that a ravine? Maybe. Proceed with caution. Yeah, that is a ravine. Oh, and there's wolves too. That was the another selling point. Not that I do much with them, but I thought I heard a witch. This is a different ravine though. The ravine near Ravine Town was actually like really well lit. It's kind of like it was just a special feature they could have dug out or something. But you would think in this close it might continue. I don't know. Again, I thought this was it. I thought it was the horses and the ravine all in one, and apparently I was mistaken. So, because we ransacked this whole area. That's no ravine. Am I just missing it? I don't know. Well, yeah, I guess Ravine Town is somewhere else. So maybe it was back that way. Maybe I ran into it right before this one. Not real sure, in all honesty. But yeah, those trees there, we were gonna get rid of them, man. And hopefully it turns out to be cool. And I'll probably go ahead and throw down the sugar cane over this direction too. But yeah, it's almost like the horses run this town. It's kind of an very interesting place actually. So, to save villagers' lives, we will camp it here. And quickly check. Think anybody had time to spawn? That's the way we like it. So, I will probably actually start over here clearing out some of these trees, because frickin' A, it's way too shady for my liking. So we will do that, and off camera of course, and then I'll come in and I will clear out more of those trees so we can sort of take in the waterfall. It's kind of neat having the trees, I'm not gonna lie, but like that one's right up on the farm and stuff, I don't know. It's just kind of a problem. So I'll do some cleanup here and I'll catch you back here shortly.